Hey, I'm back. Last episode we unlocked the rest of Catherby. I'm still in the process of editing it, but I wanted to record my first other lodestone besides the home one. And I wanted to keep playing, so I'm going to start doing that. So there will be a couple things going on that I haven't fixed or talked about yet with the editing or whatever. Don't worry about it. But I figured out where the magic logs come from. There is an evil tree that spawns over there. So it's not exactly worrying. I'll just hang out. It's a time-gated thing. They don't spawn all the time, so it's not going to be required for me. And I already have the level for it, so just whenever it pops up, I'll try to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and cut these yew trees that we have now access to while I finish editing and doing other stuff. Oh, apparently there was the Sears achievement diary. Yeah, so why isn't that on the chunk picker? Did I just miss it? This needs investigation. Also, now that we have the Master Farmer, which is a new victim, willing participant in my thieving escapades, I can complete another daily challenge, the daily pickpocketing one. So that will help with any weekly gains that I might get. So let's go ahead and check off this task as well. I don't know when the 4 times counts, but I have the agility level. And let's just pretend that was 4. We did it! Task complete! And I'm gonna, I guess, continue pickpocketing a little bit and see how much we can get from this guy. Alright, that is a full inventory of seeds. Nothing too exciting. A couple new things that I can't use, but we'll get there soon. But yeah, that's enough messing around. Let's get into the intro. The map of RuneScape is divided into sections called chunks, each with their own set of resources, obstacles, and challenges. This is Prism chunk, my extreme-ish 1-chunk Iron Man. I've been tasked with locking myself to a chunk until I've completed everything it has to offer. Starting in Birthorpe, we expand our domain bit by bit. Join me as I conquer Gillinor, 1 chunk at a time. This is Prism chunk, my 1-chunk Iron Man. Time for a quick overview of the tasks for this chunk. Starting with the skill tasks, we have Thieve 4 times loot from a Master Farmer, Crack an Asgardian safe, and Chop a magic log. The magic log will be handled as a passive as it requires a time-gated activity to get access to. Next up, we have a few monsters to take care of. We have the giant bats over by Keep Le Fay, our first access to the man NPC, and a market guard. The bats drop their wings, which can be used to make a set of new bests in slot armor, ignoring the mystic I got from impling hunting, as this is now a primary resource. And lastly, we have another of the Seer's Achievement Diary tasks, Grand Candle, which is to buy a candle from the shop. The U task was incorrectly missing from the picker, but it should now be added to the picker. But it's not listed here as I have already completed it. So this should actually be a very quick chunk. So let's begin. Thanks, future me. Looks like everything is very easy. So we're going to speed run this chunk real quick. First we buy some candles. For a secret achievement as well. If you buy 4, you get a fork candle. 4 candle, haha. Next, we're going to go head over to these bats. We need 5 of their bat wings to make the necessary equipment upgrades. And this also counts for the NPC kill thing requirement, the murderization of one of the NPCs that is on the list. There we go. 5. And then we need some logs to make the wand. And completed. That is all the best in slot new armor and weapons that we got for this chunk. JK, I forgot about the book, but in my defense, books are for nerds. So there we go. Now all the tasks for best in slot are done. There is an achievement for buying a candle, which apparently didn't count before when I bought the 4 candle. There we go. I need to remove the hit points from a unlucky fellow and a guard. That man dropped me a charge bow. I don't know if that counts as a unique, an untracked unique, because it's a unique in my book. It doesn't use any ammo. It's not a good bow at this point because I've got all the other good stuff. But yeah, let's just include this here just in case anyone questions. And lastly, we come back home to crack open a safe. I don't know why it didn't show up until we got that chunk, and especially because I did it already. After the Halloween event chunk, I came up here and picked one of them, as you can see from my thingy over here, if I can find it. Future voiceover editing me here. It is because I didn't have a thieving method, a primary thieving method. Now that we have the pickpocketing of the master farmers, we have a way to train up the thieving, so the chunk picker now recognizes that I have a way to train thieving. Alright, back to regular present me. And there we go, save has been cracked. I think. Right? Oh, I cracked the same one. Oh well, it's fine, I'll do it at some other point. But look, it's open. We did it! Chunk complete! Before we roll, there's something we have to talk about. It's these ships over here, our charter ships. They have access to a couple of areas. However, it seems like the rule for chunkmen is if you can walk to the chunk, you can't sail to it. So I have the Port Sarim and the Port Khazard. However, since I can walk this way and that way, they will not be rollable. However, since Brimhaven and Karamja are an island, they are now rollable through the charter ships. Back so soon. That was the fastest charter. That was even faster than I expected it to be. It took only like half an hour. That's crazy. But as I just mentioned, we now have 2 more spots that we can possibly roll to. Not that one, this one. So we've got the docks over at Karamja, and we have the Brimhaven docks. I don't think either of them on their own have any grinds, but it unlocks a way to the scary Karamja volcano and the city of the Tsar. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the other ones that we still have available. We've still got number 1, the big boy, Taverley Dungeon, 99 Summoning, among some other stuff. Number 2 is the corner content. Number 3, the Death Plateau with the trolls. Number 4 is the allotment patch with 95 cooking and puro. Number 5 is Fish Flingers, which will probably be a passive roll because the only thing to do there is the Fish Flingers itself, which is limited by the number of tickets that I can get. Number 6 brings us the Elder Tree, brings us the, I think, 99 fire making might be there as well, where he hangs out. I don't know. Number 7 is, again, very nice corner content, the cornerest of corner content. And then we have number 8 and number 9, the docks that I just spoke about. Alright, let's just quickly check off everything that we did. I'm going to leave that there. We'll try to tackle the evil tree when it comes to it. Or I'll try to find some magic seeds and grow them myself. Actually, that's a good point. Hold on, I have something to take care of. I have these. I've got bird nests with seeds. And there is a 1 in 70 chance that there is a magic seed in these nests. So let's go ahead and open this. We have a pretty good chance of actually grabbing one. So let's see what we get. There it is. I knew it. Okay. But again, I don't want to just sit and wait around for that to grow. So I will plant it and I will take care of it when it grows. You know, this actually kind of makes me a little bit sad I've had this tree for so long, so many months. Every day I would come over here, chop my logs for my jacket trades, light them up, and now I'm just gonna toss it aside like it was nothing. Oh no, it's so sad. Isn't it kind of weird how people get like attached to these nameless pixels on a screen? Nothing alive. I'm having a moment, please excuse me. And here it goes. Clear the maple. Oh, goodbye. You were very nice to me, maple tree. But now I have to obey the chunk picker and grow this magic. You'll not be forgotten. Okay, back to checking off. When the magic tree grows, I'll be sure to take care of that. But we'll just leave that right here for now. And we'll say this chunk is complete. So, without much further ado, let's hit that roll button. Death Plateau. Couple of short things, I think. Again, I need to get a granite shield, and there are a couple of named NPCs that I need to take care of, and we might be able to finish more of the... Oh yeah, we can complete the Death Plateau quest, so that'll be our third quest completed. And yeah, here are the named trolls I need to take care of and the granite shield. So another relatively easy chunk, I think. So let's head over there and see what we got. Here we are at the dreaded Death Plateau. I've suited up in my best melee gear, and I've got myself a whole load of food because these thrower trolls are not to be messed with. However, I don't know if I can get over this rock formation here or if I need to go around to get up there. I'm going to try to complete the quest first. Oh no, everything's in sepia. Yeah, so I'm going to try to complete the quest first because it'll get me up to that cave over there. And it might be a bit safer to get up on there instead of running past that. But yeah, okay, the game seems to agree with me. It's no longer in sepia. So let's go ahead and do that first. So the step we are up to is to come over here to our friend Frida over here. And she will be able to make us the climbing boots. We also have the rooster. That was a... Oh, spirit implant. There is a rooster here. That was one of our backlogged tasks. So we will have to remove its hit points while we're here. But for now, let's talk to Frida and get our quest progression on, I guess. Yeah, let's get our quest progression on. And while we are here... I'm sorry, friend. It had to be done. The chunk picker commands it. Okay, back to Berthorpe. We talked to our buddy Dunstan, and he'll give us some spikes for our feet. There we go. And back up to Frida. She gives us a nice little report to take through the mountain and come out on the other side. We give our friend Sabo the report. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, but it's how I'm pronouncing it. And so we just go ahead and break down his wall. I hope you don't live here. You have a nice house on the mountain. I'm breaking down your wall. Unfortunate. I'm sorry, friend. But that's what the map said. Alright, in we go. Oh, he gave me some sandwiches. Wow. Thanks. So this is one of those reworked quests from old school. Instead of having us go and do that other stuff, they made us go through this cave. There's a bunch of little, I guess, agility shortcuts to go through. I'm not sure how this adds anything, but it is a bit safer than what it used to be. But let's just quickly get through it, and then on the other end, I think there is a very low level troll we have to take care of. And that'll be the end of the quest. And on the other side of this doorway hole, there will be a very surprised troll for us. There he is. He's the map. We didn't have to do this. You could have just walked away. Why is violence the only option? Rest in peace, friend. And then we come back to our home base where everything started. Tell him the good news that we found a way to the death plateau. And they use it to cause even more violence. And there we have it, quest complete. Quest number 3 on the account. Pretty decent. So this will unlock another achievement that we have to do. The delivery task. We have to bring some supplies to the dudes up there, and that'll complete that achievement. So while we are here, let's actually just do that achievement right now. Okay, this should be number 5, which would give me the achievement. Or the master quest cape requirement. There we go. Supply and demand completed. So while we are over here, I want to see, I think we can go through here. I guess not. I need a good reason. What other good reason is there besides adventure? I forget the requirements that we need, but that's important because when we're rolling the next one, I can't go over that way, I guess. I will need to figure out exactly what I need to do to finish that. I think maybe Edgar's Ruse? I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. But now we have a safe way to head over to these trolls. And there are a couple of named ones. Kraka, P-Hat, and all these dudes, and I think they may be aggressive, so I'm gonna be a bit careful. Actually, I don't have any teleports. That's bad. So I'll have to try to. I can probably get away. It's fine. I have prayers, lots of it. But yeah, let's head down there. I'm gonna go after the named ones first if I can, just to get it out of the way, and then I'll find a safe spot for the other dudes to try to get the granite shield. Alright, ready or not, here we go. I have to make sure to stay away from those dudes over there, because they can pile on real quick. Alright, test for aggression. They're not aggressive. That's actually quite good. Not for AFKing, but for safety. So I've got rock, stick. I've got to kill one of the throwers because it's a unique monster. Let's start with Kraka. Why not? He's the closest. Alright, they're not aggressive when you attack their buddy, so that's another good thing. 71%. And they hit quite hard too. That's not good. So I'm going to start dipping into my food supplies already. So there we go. Unique dude number 1. Unique dude number 2 coming in now. There we go. Number 2. And I already need to eat. So I'm going to actually start using my prayer. Because... oh, there we go. There are the throwers. Let me turn off the auto retaliate. Let's kill the throwers now to get that out of the way. And I'm gonna keep my prayer on, as I was saying. Okay, thrower complete. I'm gonna get the safety. I need to be careful with my AoE abilities because they are very dense here. But if I stand in the house thing over here, it should be relatively safe. Okay, now I need rock and stick. So rock is here. This is actually very dangerous. I do not like this at all. Rock is dead. Let's go in here. So only one of them can attack me. Stick is stuck. Good. Okay. That's all of the unique dudes. So now I just have to hide and hope for the granite shield quickly, because this is gonna burn food very quickly. Okay, so bad news. Only the named dudes drop the granite shields. These little ones don't do it. But some good news is they are weak to magic, so I might be able to safe spot them. This rock might be a good candidate. I'm just gonna finish off this inventory of food, see if we can get lucky, then I'll go ahead and bank and change over to magic. They also take a long time to respawn, so I think I'm gonna hop between each kill as well. There's a music track in this corner. I accidentally surged over here and I got a music track. What the heck, man? Is it because of the arena over there, maybe? I don't know, man. See, this is why I didn't require music tracks. Because it's so weird. And nobody knows the area where they're unlocked. Just a general idea. I don't know. It's weird. Good news, the safe spot works. So this is a big burden off of my mind here. I won't have to worry about dying as much, but that could also make me complacent. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because I might chain onto this dude and he comes over here and knocks me out. So I'll have to still pay attention, but that makes this a lot better of a grind. Yeah, see, just like that. These things actually aren't half bad XP. And as you can see, 89 magic. Interesting. Still no shield though. Oh, there we go. We got ourselves the shield. Finally. 55 tier. Neat. Unfortunately, shields are not very useful in RuneScape 3, but there we go. Okay, all that's left is the Troll Stronghold, first step. And that should actually allow us to get over that thing we tried to climb over before, because that will get us the climbing boots. Accept the quest, step 1. Complete, and then we head over to Frida again and we can buy ourselves some climbing boots. There we go, boots acquired. They are a little bit different than the rock climbing boots, and these boots ain't what they used to be. No melee bonus on these, they're only tier 5 tank types. But that is it. Step 1 is completed. I can't continue the quest because it goes out of the chunk. If we roll the eastern chunk, it will let us continue, but for now, that is it. Chunk number 2 of the video complete. Now, before we roll, I want to test if we can actually get over this. We can, so we can get over there if we need to. And the other thing I need to test is this. Number 1, well, 2 other things. Secret area, and then this other thing right here. So this, if I can get over this, I can get over to the Fremennik Providence. And this one square is safely within my chunk, so it's fine. So this is the chunk border, I'm not leaving. So we do have this one rollable. We can head over to Relica soon. And let me see if I can get into this. I might need to continue other quests before I can get into here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have this available to roll and that available to roll for us new. So this is funny. If I go over this way, I don't need the boots on. But if I go over this way, I do. So it is a little bit of a soft lock. If I don't have the boots for some reason and I come this way, I would have to teleport back. But that's kind of weird how it only needs a one way. Anyway, to the chunk picker. Okay, we are back. We have 2 new locations that we can roll, number 9 and number 10. Number 9 gives us the continuation of the Troll Stronghold quest. We will have to kill Father and one of the onlookers, so there are no witnesses to our crimes. I think that's it. and then we can continue off into Trollheim. But number 10 is another big boy. It has the Relica Slayer Cave. Right over here. Now that we have access, we can go through the mountain and into there and kill all the fun stuff that's in there. I don't have the Slayer level for everything in there just yet. I need 78 for the Aqua Knights, so we'll have to grind a little bit up to get there. It's about 850,000 XP or something like that. But also there's a divination spot here too, so that'll start that off, and we'll probably have to abandon our quest for better gear because I forget what level it is, but I'm pretty sure it's above the level we have now. So let's hope we don't get that before we get the other stuff. And then of course we still have the boats that we can go through, and we're up to 10 double digits available to roll, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's go for roll number 2 of the video. We have the Troll Arena, another simple one. Just have to continue the quest and see Mr. Father. Oh, I forgot to check off all the other things. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Much better, much cleaner. I left the magic logs because we still haven't done it. It's only gone 1 growth stage so far, so still waiting for that. So we have Troll Stronghold number 2, we have Dad, and we have the Troll Spectator. So this should be done lickety split. Alright, here we are. We're at the arena. Let me just turn this back on. We've got our buddy right there, and then the other one we need to remove. And then once they have been ended, we will be done with the chunk. It's that easy. Alright, let's head in there. I've got my food. I'm all safed up. But this could be a bit dangerous. I will not pull any punches. Oh, he's already mad. No dialogue, just straight into it. Fortunately, I am so overleveled, it should not be an issue. Alright. Seems like I have won. Don't need to talk to him. Let me just get a cheeky little sucker punch on this dude. And that's it. We're done. A whole 2 minutes. Yeah, so probably the fastest chunk we're ever going to do. At least ones that have tasks in it. Roll the completion music. Okay, back again. Let's check off the things. Except for you. He's a permanent resident until we finish that. Our new chunk that we can roll is number 10 up here, the newly designated number 10. There is nothing to do in there. It gives us the Trollheim teleport, but we can't do it until we do Edgar's Ruse. And the only monster in there is these thrower trolls, which we already took care of over there. So that will be an instant reroll if we roll that. But yeah, that's it. Time for roll number 3. And there we go. We've got the Relica Slayer Cave and a new divination spot. So this is going to be the doorstop for us. This is going to be the big one. Let's head over there and check it out. Alright, here we are. This is our entrance into the new chunk. It is the only entrance, and it's gonna be a huge pain every time I need to come back here because I have to run through all of this to get up here, and I need to bring in the boots. But let's step into the chunk proper outside of this one square that we had before. So we don't have the mountain camp just yet, but we have Lolly, we have his golden sheep, and we have the first divination spot we got. It's the 50, I think. 40, tier 40. Okay, but we have access to what's it called, the caches. So we can train up to 40. And that means we are going to lock ourselves out of any orichalcum besides the stuff I already have at the moment. Because once we hit 40, we will no longer get any bright energy at all. Which is sad, but, you know, unfortunate. But that's just kind of how it is. We have a unicorn. That's cool. We can get the horns. I don't think there's anything in his cave, especially because I can't get in there. But this is the hold up, I think, right here. We have a lot of monsters in here. A lot of dangerous monsters, actually. Poison, if we don't have the proper stuff. And I have to get a good number of drops from a lot of these stuff. We got like the cockatrice head, basilisk head, Karask head, amulet of ranging from these dudes. So we've got a lot of stuff to do here. But let's take a look at the official list from the chunk picker and see what we got. Outside we have a new best in slot skilling outfit. We have the Diviner's robes, which come from the caches. This, however, is a time-gated activity, so while it's not required, I expect to be in this chunk long enough to acquire all of the pieces. There are a ton of things we need to get, so I went ahead and made this infographic to try to demonstrate everything. Starting from the lowest, in the bottom right, we have the cave crawlers. They don't drop anything, but killing one of them is an achievement for the Relica Achievement Diary. Rock slugs have our first unique with the light mystic gloves. Next come the cockatrice, which drop their eggs, their head, and light mystic boots. Pyrofiends don't drop anything, but they are a unique monster, so they will be slain. Basilisks have 3 drops with the basilisk boots, light mystic hat, and their head. Similar to pyrofiends, jellies don't have a unique drop, but one will be killed to appease the picker. Then come Turoths, which drop Turoth boots, light mystic pants, and both of the leaf-bladed swords. Karasks have a 3rd set of boots, the final light mystic piece with the top, and can serve as a backup source of leaf-bladed swords if the Turoths are stingy. And to end it all off, we have the Aquanites that drop inert adrenaline crystals, the amulet of range, and sirenic scales. They also come with a 78 Slayer requirement, which we don't have yet. In addition to the drops, we have to cross the level 81 agility shortcut to the Turoths, which will complete a second Relica Achievement Diary. That should be everything. Let me go catch my breath real quick. Yeah, so there are a lot of items to get in here. So let's start at the bottom. We'll kill a cave crawler. They don't have any drops, so we can just do that one and done. There we go. Next up will be the rock slugs, and they do have an item. They have the light mystic gloves, so we will continue on them until we get the gloves. Oh boy, I have to right click and salt them on every single kill. This is gonna be annoying as heck. Okay. That's fine. I'll get it on 10 kills. Okay. Alright. Let's calm down a little bit. I'm going to skip over the cockatrices because I did not bring my shield. So next up is the pyrofiends. Let me see what they got. They have no unique drops, so they are also just a one and done. Then after that are the basilisks, but again I did not bring the shield, so that is also a no for now. Skip over them, head over to the jellies, which also do not have any unique drops. So this will be the last one I can kill before I need to go to the bank to get some equipment, because we got the Turoths, the Kurasks, and the Aquanites, which I cannot kill yet. So let's just take out one of these jellies, and then we will head back to the bank, pick up the mirror shield, and take care of the other dudes. And there we go. Alright, to the bank. Okay, I've got myself my mirror shield, and I've swapped over to melee because that is what they are weak against. And it is my best one-handed weapon. It can be very slow. Killing things with a shield equipped is not great in this game. But before I go, I want to make a Ring of Luck, actually, because it'll increase the drop rate of the cockatrice head a little bit before I move along. It'll be a little bit risky because I'll be keeping off my Ring of Life, but hopefully they're low enough level that they won't hurt too bad. Okay, there we go. We got our first luck enhancer. And it has a little bit of stats on it, so that's cool. That should have been in the chunk picker, huh? Because I've had access to that since the mine there. Uh-oh. Alright, well, that's another mistake in the book. But that's fine. Let's continue. And we'll head back to the cockatrices and see if we can get spooned again. I am fully aware that me saying I'm going to get spooned means I am not going to get spooned, but maybe this will reverse jinx it. And there's one of the uniques. I don't remember if I already got one from a Spirit Imp, but here we are. It's only 1 in 10, so very easy. I expect to have a lot of them going forward. Hey, there we go. First item, the Light Mystic Boots, which is a small upgrade over what we got before. I will drop this because it's not very useful, and I'll put them on. I'm wearing the other boots so you can't see it. Alright, cool. That's the easier one to get, based on numbers at least. We still need to get the head, which is a 1 in 1000 or 1 in 970, because I have this fancy new ring or something like that. I can't. No, whatever. 1% faster. Nice. It is that time of day. We've got ourselves our first Gothixian cache. And this will be the primary method to train the divination. It's frankly overpowered with how much XP it gets. Basically, you just need to grab these memories and stick them in the middle here. Sometimes we can turn into a statue. That usually gets us the most points. But if there's someone else here, unfortunately I didn't really see that guy, but it kind of slows it down a bit, but it's okay with just 2. But the idea is to get 100 points. You can get 200 points per day, and that nets you a big chunk of XP. So that's something I'm going to be doing as much as I can every day. Add it to the list of daily stuff that we need to do. There we go. Cache complete, and you can see how much overpowered this is. I got 3 whole levels just from that one that I did. So we're going to abuse it as much as we can and bring up the divination level as much as we can. Alright, this is it. The band-aid is off. Level 40. This locks me out of the bright energy from divine implings. But on the bright side, I can now harvest these. Get it? Bright side. Because no more bright energy. It hurts. Achievement complete. And another one. I don't know how many achievements are locked in this because it's not on the chunk picker. Because achievements aren't a thing yet. They might be in the future, but right now they aren't. So I have kind of just been haphazardly getting them without checking, and I probably should. Huh. I can do a lot of these. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ending on the big one, 6. We've got gold. There's gold. we can make some good jewelry. That is all I can do of these achievements for now. I can't make a sign. I don't have the secondary objects or the level. Once I hit 48, I can do Porter, sign of the Porter. That's the one I'm looking for. And that'll be the last one for this other achievement. I don't think I can do anything with it, but I guess you get a little bit of energy when I get all the way over there. But yeah, so there's two things I wanted to do. Number one is the gold. And number two, I want to see if the divine location will give me back at least what I put into it, if not more. Because if I get more back than when I put into it, I could potentially make more ore than I put in, which might bring back the thing I was hoping to do the most. But first I want to do this because it is cool and I've been waiting for it, and that's the whole reason I messed up the whole thing in the first place. But there we go, we got gold bar. I guess I should have made 2 so we can make a ring and a bracelet. Hold on. Okay, there we go, 2 bars. And then we can go down here, make sure I make... Is that useful? I don't think so. Make 1. I don't want to make 2. Okay, the ring and the bracelet. Ta-dum! Enchant. Enchant. We did it. We've got the... There's no stats? Huh. I have to see what this does. I forgot. I thought it gave stats. 1 second. So it turns out that was a lie. According to myself, it's only on old school that this has stats. There's no stats on RuneScape 3. I've been scammed by my own brain. At least we've got the Ring of Wealth, which does have some stats on it. And it's a bit of an upgrade from the Ring of Luck that we just made. Seems to be like a running theme of getting an upgrade and then immediately getting something better. But yeah, that's pretty cool, except for you, Combat Bracelet. You go into the tab of old things that I don't look at anymore. Yeah, so, okay, so that was the first thing to do. And then number 2, I need to see if the divine location is profit or a scam as well. So I put 20 lobsters into this. Let's see if we get 20 back. Okay, so it turns out you do get more back than you put in, which seems like a violation of the first law of thermodynamics, but I guess that's what the energy that you put in is for as well. So I got 27. I'd probably get 28 because I ended a little bit early because my inventory got full. So you put in 20 and you get back 28. So you're telling me there's a chance that I can do the armor thing still. Oh. So I do have enough to make coal rocks, I think. I have to do some math, but I'm pretty sure I have enough to make at least 1 coal rock. And if I can get coal rock, I can get mithril, and then I can make a mithril rock. And then I won't need coal anymore, and then I won't need bright energy. This is exciting. Okay, I also have to pay attention because you can only gather a certain number of energy items from divine locations per day. So I'm not going to test it right now because I forget how many I did. I know there's a quick chat for it, but whatever. I'll try it at some other point. But my hope is back. I hope it doesn't get crushed. Okay, so I did the math. I think. So you can make 1 divine location per day. I can make adamant if I can get the mithril, and it costs 25. So that means I can get 3 adamant ore per day, which I can then convert into... Hold on, that's not good. So that makes 1 rune. And then you need the next energy, and I don't have the next energy. I can get rune. I do think there is a way to do this. I need heavy math. Oh, finally. I finally got the head. I have been here for longer than I should have been here. But there we go. That's the head. That's all we needed for the cockatrice. So now we can move over to the basilisks. And now would be a good time to do this achievement that we worked on so hard to get. The agility level 4. The leap of faith. It will be our fastest way over to the basilisk here. First basilisk drop, we got the lemon hat. The lemon sherbet. I don't know how I feel about how it looks. But there we go. We got 1 of 3 drops. Let's continue to get the others. I think this tree has gotten diseased at every growth stage. It's been like 4 days and still not grown. But I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I wonder why basilisk drops so many water stuff. Water runes, water staves. Are they moist? They don't look moist. New boots. Huh. They have the same range damage bonus as ranger boots, but they're tier 40. Interesting. I'll have to see how they compare with the ranger boots because they have the same bonus and I think they have a little bit of armor as well. Interesting. Okay, so all that leaves from the basilisk is the head. At long last, our tree is grown. Let me grab some urns so I don't waste that XP, and then we'll chop it down to finally complete that task. Check health. Nice chunk of XP. Start chopping. And any second now. Any second now. Any second. Oh, there we go. All that work for 1 log that we already had. Task complete. Okay, I am going to try this divine location strategy. I can use, I want to say 200. I think I haven't done the math yet. I haven't done that math section yet that you probably saw a little bit earlier. I will make 100 coal, which I think will use about 200 bright energy. I haven't done it yet. Then I can make, from that coal, I can make mithril. I can make 20 mithril, and then I can use that mithril to make mithril divine locations. And while this is limited, I think I will have enough glowing energy to make enough divine locations to profit enough to make adamant. Enough adamant, and then once I get enough adamant, I can make adamant divine locations. And that theoretically is self-sustaining because I'll get 3 extra per day, like 3 profit per day rather. So I can use the 25 from the 28 I get to make another location. Then I have sparkling energy indefinitely. I can just collect it over there. So theoretically, once I get up to this adamant location, I can just ignore bright energy altogether. So hopefully this doesn't permanently lock me out of anything, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go. The first coal completed. And then once I get enough coal, I can make mithril. So 1 inventory of iron gets me 1 mithril. So I need to do 25 of those, 20 of those, and I'll have enough for an adamant. Enough for a divine location, actually. Okay, so I have used up 500 iron to make myself 20 mithril. I'm down 200 bright energy, but now I can make the mithril divine location. And theoretically that'll get me 28 mithril. So that's a profit of 8 mithril. And then I can use that extra 8 mithril to make adamant. So I'll be able to make 2 adamant per day. And then once I get 25, so in about 2 weeks, I'll be able to make the adamant divine location. And then that will be self-sustaining. And I won't have to worry about bright energy at all. I won't have to worry about any other energy besides the ones above it, which will be in a while, because I won't have access to those. But then I'll have rune and all that other fun stuff. So this is actually a lot better than the first plan I had, was to get all that iron and bright energy. So hopefully this will be successful. So let me go ahead, deposit this energy, drop down this divine location, and collect from this. And this should theoretically get me 28 mithril. Okay, mission successful. I have acquired 28 mithril, so I can use that 28 to replenish the stocks. Unfortunately, I am limited to be able to make only 1 per day, as you can see, but there should be enough glowing energy to make enough mithril to make enough adamant to get to the next divine location. So I think this is a good plan. I'm happy that I discovered this, but we're not out of the woods just yet, but I think I may be onto something here. Hey, there we go, basilisk head. That was a slightly under drop rate. I think 30,000. Yeah, I was probably around 1,700 kills, so that's pretty good. And I think that kind of ends the easy portion of the grind in here. I feel like the Turoths and the Kuras gonna do a lot more damage than these dudes were doing. So they are weak to magic, but you need to use Slayer Dart, and they use death runes. So I don't think I'm gonna use their weakness. I am limited on how many death runes I have, and they're kind of expensive from the shop. So I think I'll either switch to range, because I have the broad arrows and the broad bolts, or I'll go back to my trusty melee setup. I think I'll stick with the melee first, see how much damage they do, and if they don't do too much damage, I'll stick with that. If not, I will switch over to range and try to safe spot them, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, first Turoth, can we get lucky? Nope. But there we go. The first of many, probably. Okay, pretty quickly we got our first item, the leaf-bladed sword. I'm interested to find out if the dual wielding of the main hand and the offhand are better than the spear, because this is only tier 50 and the spear is also tier 50. Never mind. So I am wondering, usually I prefer two-handing. It's a bit easier for me, but I'm curious to see which one is better, since these are a rare drop and you can just buy the spear. So I would assume the dual wielding is better, but we'll find out when we get the offhand. Did another cache and got 45, so that means we can now get the second tier. But more importantly, we have Luminite as well. We can use the mithril from the divine locations to make Luminite, which is needed to smelt adamant and rune, which we will need. You can also use Luminite to make rune itself. So I need to see if those divine locations would be worth making Luminite as well. Hey, got my pants. Pants acquired. Banana pants. So I just need the boots, I guess, because the Kurasks also drop the other sword, the offhand sword. So, yeah, I just need the Turoth boots. I won't complain if I get the offhand as well, because I still need it. But it is twice as common from the Kuresks as it is from these dudes. You know, with all these spaces, the new space, I should check my clues and see what we can do. I've been holding on to this one, and we could possibly get the mithril plate legs now that we have mithril. So I'm going to hold on to the hard ones. I'm still not at the cap yet, so I can hold on to these ones. But I'm at the cap of the medium and the easy ones. I've been holding on to this because it's relatively close, but since I'm at the cap, I'm going to destroy this one. And similar to this, that one's just south, but again, we're at the cap, so we'll take a look at that. And then we also have a couple of elites. I don't think we can do any of them, but we'll take a look and see what we got. Here we go. We got one we can do. And it seems like the mediums were not very fruitful. I'll hold on to this one because it's the Karamja docks, so if we roll that one, it's possible we can do that one. But let's go over and do that easy that we had. No, I can't do it. They're over there. I need the drawers. I need the forbidden squares. It can't be done. So I'm going to hold on to it. We've got pretty far from the cap from opening and destroying. So we'll hold on to that and check out later if we get it full again.
Around 460.
Did you guys just see that? I had the fishing icon. I can fish here. Hold on. Is it from them dying? That was weird. And there we go. We got the boots. And they are now my best in slot range. Until I get the Kuras boots, I think. I don't remember. I don't actually know what they do. But they are 1 point better than the Ranger boots and the Basilisk boots. So now we can move on over to the Kurasks here. And they need to give me the light top, their own boots, and the offhand sword. And then we'll have to go on a Slayer grind because I still don't have 78 Slayer. We're still quite a ways away from it. But until then, we'll kill these dudes. We'll do our dailies, our Jack of Trades, and we'll see how long it takes to get there. Ooh, they drop a lot of flax. That would have been nice in the last grindy chunk. Oh well, it'll help with the, I guess, 110 fletching or wherever, whenever I get to that point. So that's nice. Okay, well, it's been like 5 kills, and I've got the offhanded leaf-bladed sword. Cool. All right, I'll add it to the collection. Very nice. Yeah, we just need the top and the head, and we'll be done with these. But still, that problem of the Slayer level. So don't go too quickly, I guess. I mean, I guess I should, because I'm not really doing anything else. Whatever. Continue. Also, I brought the interface back down because I want the HP alert, because they are aggressive and they scare me and I don't want to die. Another milestone with this high elk, we hit our first green cash stack. And just like that, we got the top. I'm sorry about the AC in the background, it's pretty hot. But we did it. And there we go, we got the boots. Which, again, is now my new best in slot range boots above the Turoth boots that we just got. So now, all that's left is the head. And then we have to go actually do Slayer. This last cache gets us the add-on. So now we can start collecting 3 memories or chronicles per day. Just like that. Future editor Prism here. Apparently I have lost all of the footage of me getting the rest of the diviner outfit. So let's pretend that you saw all of the outfit pieces, just like you just saw that add-on piece. Okay, thanks, bye. We just got our first, I think first, I don't remember, I haven't really been counting. First unique from a Kingly Impling. Let me turn this off. The Royal Amulet. It's huge! Whoa, that's a chunky amulet, huh? It doesn't do anything, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool to have. But look at that absolute unit of an amulet. We're getting kind of close to 60 divination. So that means if I do one more cache, I will be locked out of the gleaming energy, which I need about 2300 for full orichalcum. I've been hopping all day for like 3 days, and this is all I've gotten so far. So I'm gonna keep going today, and if we'll see by reset how much I have. Hopefully I can gather enough to make the full set of orichalcum and then a bit of Elder Rune, but we'll see how today goes. Time for some Prism Pro tips. You can extend the range of the high contrast mode by going into your settings. Into the gameplay tab, you go down to the bottom under additional options. Under accessibility options, there is a toggleable drop down menu under entity highlight mode. If you switch that to always on from proximity, which is the default, you can now see the cows over here are highlighted, whereas with proximity it only does the things close to you. And for this one, we're gonna head over to my main because I learned something during this video. After you complete the achievement to catch every single kind of impling, if you talk to Daffod here in the Amloth district, you can change how much rewards you get from implings. You can either get triple experience or double loot. I've had this achievement for like 10 years and I didn't know that was a thing until now. Got ourselves a big mining level coming up on this raider. 90 magic. Adding another 90 to our repertoire. Look at all these things we can't do. I guess that's a little bit nice. But yeah, cool. So I have caught so many implings that I've gone from 91 to 92 hunter. Because remember, I stopped using my books at 91 after I got the Kingly. I've been here so long that I've caught so many implings that I got to 92 and I'm still not done. Oh, we're still going. This is it. This is the last divine for this tier. I think. I just need to calculate it again, but this should be the last one. Come on. Come on. Get in here. This is why I brought the snares out. Because it would have been into the mountain. There we go. That's it. 4,400 is the number that we need to get full +3 orichalcite and a couple of Elder Rune stuff. So once we get up to our adamant rocks, our renewable adamant rocks from the sparkling and the glowing, we'll be on our way to our orichalcum. And I can finally turn this off. I can finally get the next level because I've been stalling. I've skipped a couple days of caches and stuff like that so I wouldn't lock myself out. Feels a bit relieving for now because we can get the next level, but we'll still need more divine implings before we hit 70. But for now, it's the biggest hurdle and it feels good. So there's actually a little bit of good news that I forgot about as well, because with smithing, there's an added chance of getting double bars somewhere in here. But that means it will save me a bit of energy, so any leftover gleaming energy, it can go towards extra Elder Rune if that's available, because I don't know, it might be something that would pop up. So I'm gonna make like 1 bar at a time when it's time to do it, and we'll see if that can net us an extra bar or 2 of Elder Rune. And as we exit this cache, this will bring us to 60. Goodbye, Gleaming Energy. Your contributions to this account will be very appreciated. But now we've got the next tier, so when we go hunting for the divine, sorry, can't speak, the divine implings next time, we will get some vibrant energy, which will bring us to the next tier of ore. Hey, there it is, the head. That was the last drop from the Kuresks, and it's like the 3rd drop of this trip. But overall, 2,000. That's pretty good. I think it's a 1 in 3,000, so a little bit under drop rate, assuming that count is correct. But it seems about right. So, unfortunately, we still don't have the level to kill the Aqua Knights yet. So now we have to do an actual Slayer grind. The first one, since I needed 60 to wield this spear, or 55, I don't remember. Whatever I needed for this spear. So let's get on that and start killing some low-level stuff for 3,000 XP an hour or whatever it is. We have ourselves a useful daily today. We got a farming, and that one puts me up to 97, which is the current goal, because at level 100 we have the Starbloom flowers that we can get from the Master Farmer that we just unlocked before. And then if we get that patch to the north, we'll have to grow it, because I did manage to pick up some battle staves from some of the implings, which you need to grow. And now that we have those, we can grow it. But that also means we need to get 100 crafting as well, because we have the spinning wheel and the flowers can be spun at level 100. I do have another trick for that, so if it comes to that, I'll talk to you guys about what I can do. But for now, we'll pretend it's going to be 100 if we do roll that chunk there. But that's good. That's half of the level 100s that we need, because we have the pies we can boost to 100. So that's good. We're going to continue with Slayer for the books, and then after Slayer I think I'll start putting them onto crafting, because there are only so many urns that I need. So once we finish the Slayer, we'll do the crafting. A second nice in the episode? You guys are spoiled. Check this out. The Kingly Impling gave me some new pants. This is a new pants episode. Look at that. Kind of makes me look like Santa. Today is a milestone day. We've got ourselves 155 mithril ore, and that is how much we need to make both an adamant and a luminite divination spot that we can make our ores for the day. So we just need to convert up to the adamant and to the luminite, and then we can have ourselves an basically indefinite source of these ores. So there we go. That is enough ore to make one spot. Let's go ahead and make our first spot today. And now we can use this. Okay, I guess it fills up my limit faster, whatever. I can only make one per day, so that doesn't matter. So now every day we can make ourselves one spot, and since we have an infinite source of the energy, we don't have to worry about catching divine implings to refill that. And I also found out that if I use the benefits of the premier artifact, I can actually get one extra ore per day. So instead of 28, we'll get 29. I don't know how that works or why it works, but it is something I figured out. So it's, 25%, 33% boost. That's going to be huge. So now we can skip all of the ones below. We don't have to worry about glowing energy. We don't have to worry about bright energy that we can't get. We're now very set on the energy that we need. And then I also went ahead and made the luminite so we can make those spots as well. The kingly implings have been pretty generous with their uniques. We got the scepter, and it has a finger on it so we can point at people rudely. So I have discovered something pretty detrimental. If we head over to the furnace here, I get only 8 luminite when I mine off the spot. I don't know why this one gives me only 8 when the adamant gives me 29. I tested it on my main too. It's not just like a chunk limit or a gear limit or whatever. So I'm gonna have to figure out if that's gonna be an issue. I don't think it will be, because I can make a little bit of extra to refill, and I think I only need 9 to make the rune bars that I need, but it could become an issue. Let's just go ahead and throw this in right now. We'll get this last achievement by making a sign of the porter. And there we go. We have completed all of the divination achievements. I don't think it'll get me anything until I get over there. And when I do, it's probably going to be underwhelming. But we did it for the sake of completion. This troll gets us our goal. The troll goal, 78 Slayer, and now we can kill our Aquanite targets. So now we can head over to the cave and try to get those drops. I ended up actually using my Slayer tickets because one troll gave me the same amount of XP as a whole other task of the lower level stuff. So here we are. We're at the end of the cave, this dead end. Hopefully not my dead end. But we're at the Aquanites here. We can finally kill them. I did bring a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure if magic or range will be better. They do have a range weakness, but my staff is a bit higher tier than a magic shortbow. So I'm going to try both and see which one is better, and then whichever one's better I'll come back with and just cap them with. I suspect the range will be a bit better because weaknesses have a huge bonus over. So yeah, 58% with the okay, yeah, a lot better. 72% with the range, even though it's a tier lower. So yeah, we'll be sticking with the range, and hopefully they don't hit as hard as the other stuff do, because they are a bit higher level than everything else here in the cave. But yeah, this is where we'll stay, and then after we get all the drops, we'll be done with the chunk. There we go, the first inert adrenaline crystal. The first of many, I suppose. It's only a 1 in 64. Wait, hold on. You can get superior Slayer creatures off task? I didn't know that. I thought you had to be on task to get them. I guess it's just guaranteed to get them. So let's kill this one and see if it'll drop us or something else, because they do technically have a better drop rate since they drop 3 drops at once. Okay, yeah, no, I don't like this at all. They are strong. Let's also ignore the part where I was praying range before. It's magic, but it didn't help that much. But yeah, that's the first superior. I guess I'll try to kill them when they pop up. I'm assuming they're pretty rare, so not too much help. Okay, let's pretend like this is my first drop because I also lost the footage. We got the Amulet of Ranging. Hooray, good job. Still waiting on that Sirenic scale though. Oh, there we go. It's done. We got the scale. Scale to scale. Pick it up before it goes away. There we go. That is it. That is all we need. The chunk is complete. Roll the victory music. Okay, back here at the chunk picker. Let's check off everything, make sure we didn't miss anything. Yep, there we go. That is everything. We've got it all. Chunk complete. Now for the tradition of the color change. August is ending, so going into September, I feel like autumn is the most fitting at the moment, and we haven't used it yet. So we're going with autumn. Sounds good. So let's have a brief overview of the chunks that we can roll, because it has been a whole hour since I talked about this, basically. Number 1 is Taverley Dungeon. And 99 Summoning, Draconic Visage, boatload of other stuff. Dislike. Number 2 is some corner content. Number 3 is worse than number 1. It has 95 cooking for Summer Pie, 100 crafting for Star Bloom. It has Puro, probably a bunch of other stuff I'm forgetting. This is the one I'm least looking forward to. Number 4 is Fish Flingers. I will treat this as a passive since it's mostly time gated. Number 5 is an Elder Tree, and it brings with it all the Elder Tree stuff, mostly wood cutting, some fire making. When I say some fire making, it is actually 99 fire making, because this is where the 99 Cape Bearer lives. And it'll also give me a glowing energy spot, which is nice. I need that for gold, and it's useful for, I guess, mithril and probably some other stuff. Number 6 is the best corner content. Number 7 is the first steps into Karamja with Brimhaven, but it also has a Puro spot, so that's not fun. Number 8 brings us to Karamja as well by Musa Point, but no grinds with that, so that's a little bit more tolerable than the Brimhaven one. Number 9 brings us into Trollheim, but no new tasks, so that will be a free reroll. Number 10 brings us further into Relica. There will be a few small tasks. There's like a salmon spot, so I'll have to get the egg for that. And there's the agility shortcut, which is an achievement, I think, but should be relatively easy. Number 11, more corner content, everyone's favorite. And finally, number 12 will give us the mountain camp, and that might be a couple of quests. I think Mountain Daughter we can do. It's also showing some more of the troll stuff, because it has this entrance to the top, which I don't think I have access to. I 100% don't have access to, so I'll have to backlog those when they pop up. But yeah, that should be everything. Let's roll. And we have the mountain camp. So we'll have ourselves another quest. Yeah, it's showing the troll stuff. I can't do that because I don't have access to the actual troll stronghold. And I think these ones as well. They're in the stronghold. So I think we'll just have to do Mountain Daughter. But I'm going to leave that for the next episode. We'll start exploring, we'll finish that quest, we'll do a couple more rolls, it'll be fun. But yeah, that will be all for this episode. I thank everyone for watching. I appreciate everyone. We finally hit 100 subscribers. Thank you everyone, I appreciate it. And until next time, see ya.